Good evening, Bhante and all Kalyanamita Sukhi Hontu. I'm Aliana and welcome to Sutta Discussion Day 82 by Bhante Dr. Ganggodawila Chandima. In tonight's class, we are going to discuss another new sutta, which is Pattakamma Sutta. This is the first class of Pattakamma Sutta. So for the new members who are joining us via Facebook or Zoom, you are not missing anything related to this sutta. Pattakamma Sutta is the seventh sutta from the total of 10 sutta that have been chosen by Bhante Chandima for this sutta discussion. In previous classes, Bhante has discussed about Manggala Sutta, Ratana Sutta, Metta Sutta, Sigalogavada Sutta, Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, and Sabbasawa Sutta, and Bhante has elaborated those suttas in detail. For those who have missed our previous classes, please check on Ti-Ratana Vihara Amampadana Facebook page and YouTube channel. We have uploaded the previous 81 classes there. In the Sutta discussion, Zoom class is always open. Therefore, whoever that wish to join the class via Zoom where we can engage directly with Bhante can contact us on Ti-Ratana Vihara Amampadana Clan's Facebook Messenger. We are always welcoming newcomers. Our speaker, Bhante Dr. Ganggodawila Chandima, is the Associate Editor of the Journal of International Buddhist Studies, or JIBS, which is published by the Buddhist Research Institute of Mahachulalongkorn Raja Vidyalaya University in Thailand. He was previously a research fellow at the Center for Studies in Religion and Society, or CSRS, at the University of Victoria, Canada. Bhante Dr. Chandima was also a Theravada Buddhist chaplain at the University of British Columbia in Vancouver, Canada from year 2012 till 2016. Bhante is currently the senior advisor to Patisota, a virtual Dharma organization that hosts a weekly online Pali reading class, Sutta discussion, Dharma talk, and a variety of other Dharma activities. His Dharma work can be accessed at www.patisota.blogspot.com. Without further ado, we welcome once again Bhante and thank you very much for the wonderful talk. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Thank you, Aliana. Good evening, Dharma friends. Welcome back. Today is going to be day 82 of the Ti-Ratana Vihara Plan Sutta discussion. And we are stepping on to a new sutta today. The sutta was not originally in the list, but I added it because it carries some importance at this point of our sutta discussions. It's normally, most of the suttas I picked earlier, they were mostly based on supramundane aspect of Buddhism. But we had to go between supramundane aspect at the same time, lay version of Buddhism too. Right, happy to see most of you. And let's get started by paying respect to the Buddha. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavatu arahatu samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavatu arahatu samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavatu arahatu samma sambuddhassa. So today we have Aliana, Lim, Margaret, Kim, Kelvin, of 3 weeks, and Melinda, Kim, Neil, Laili, Chan, Wu, Barbara, Jenny, TC Lim, you back? Sadiris, Jacqueline, Emma, Sumana, Niha. Yeah. Sumita is back too.
Yes. Good evening, Bhante.
Good evening. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Right. So,
Bhante.
So the sutta that I'll be discussing is Pattakamma Sutta, P-A-T-T-A, and Kamma, K-A-M-M-A. Right. I think this is a good moment to sort of reflect about our sutta discussions we had since 2022 March. As Aliana mentioned, we started with What sutta we start with, Aryan? Yes. Mahamangala Sutta, right?
Mahamangala Sutta.
Mahamangala Sutta. Yes.
Bhante.
Mahamangala Sutta and then Ratana Sutta and then Metta Sutta. So we
Metta.
covered pretty much the basic suttas. What do you call the suttas? We monks normally chant for anybody. And then we went on to study about the Sigaluwada Sutta. It took us, I think, many weeks. And then Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta. And then we studied Sabbasava Sutta. That is how we've been doing this discussion for almost 80, actually, this is going to be 80, day 81 or day 82. So 82. So probably in another 18 weeks, we're going to be having the 100th Sutta discussion, probably by March, April. Yes. All right. Are there newcomers who are joining for the first time for our discussion for this particular one? Chan, you were here before, right? Chan, you were here, right? Okay. And about this?
Yes, I was here before.
Yeah, you were here. Right. I think the others, they must have been here. Huh? All right. But I think that some of you might have been missing out on some of the discussions. So please try to catch up. Otherwise, you will, because we will be studying, we will be expanding certain areas of the Dhamma knowledge. So then they are always referring back to a previous discussion. What does Patta and Kamma mean? Pattakamma. Patta. P-A-T-T-A. I think you already know a very famous meaning of Patta. P-A-T-T-A. What is it?
Bhante, is it an alms bowl?
Alms bowl.
An alms bowl?
Alms bowl, right? Alms bowl mean the bowl that is being carried by a Buddhist monastic, right? So it was not only carried by Buddhist monastics, it was also carried by many other monastics at the time of Buddha. You know, there are Sramanas. So Buddhist followers are only one part of Sramanas. There are other Sramanas too. Purana Kassapa, Makkali Gosal, Pakuta Kachayana, Ajita Kesakambala, Sanjay Bellatiputta, Nigantanath. So they all are actually monastics, right? So they all carried the Patta. Earlier, monks had to use the same bowl, alms bowl, for the washroom too. One bowl. So wherever they go, there were no taps, there were no fancy showers. They had to bring that alms bowl. You can't call it alms bowl at that point. It's a bowl because it's not only used for the alms. It has to be used for washroom and probably everything. Taking water from the tanks, from lakes, right? It's kind of a multifaceted tool that they've been using. And yeah, so Patta. One meaning of Patta is, as you understand, alms bowl. But are there any other meanings of Patta? P-A-T-T-A? Another meaning of Patta is being worthy, suitable or worthy, qualified for something. So worthy for something. So that is very interesting because being worthy is very important, right? Do we find some teachings about being worthy in our earlier Sutta discussions? Now we're going back. See, have we ever studied about being worthy?
Yes.
Like, where did you find that? Huh? We studied about this being worthy in an earlier sutta. Newcomers might not know. There are very early ones over here. Can you remember? Have you studied the sutta called Mangala Sutta? In that sutta, have you ever found out the word puja, pujaniya?
Yeah.
Yes. See. Puja, pujaniya. What does it mean?
Worthy of salutation.
So there are certain individuals who are
Worthy of honor.
worthy of
Honor.
respect, right?
Yes.
So what happens is that in our life, we don't give the respect to the right people. So we elevate the wrong people and then place them on those places. So ever since we placed them, we having our mangala, all the sadness, all the miseries are coming up because they are not suitable. They are not qualified for that particular. They are not worthy enough for that. Right? Remember why monk Channa got very angry about the Buddha? Can you remember that? Monk Channa. Who was Channa?
He's a personal helper or what? I
Yeah.
think he's not promoted, is it? He's not made to the the top disciple, is it? But Sariputta or Mangal.
Yeah. So monk Channa was the charioteer of the
Character.
Prince Siddhartha, and he was the one who was helpful for most of the things. But later on, he became a monk. And then he expected that the Buddha would designate him to be one of the very senior disciples, especially the chief disciples. But Arhan Moggallana and Arhan Sariputta, were appointed later. And then he was very mad about the Buddha. Why? I was the one who helped you, who gave you everything, and who was spending time with you. But you did not appoint me. And then the Buddha said, Arhan Sariputta and Arhan Moggallana have done lots of good karmas in their past lives to be eligible, to be suitable, to be worthy for becoming chief disciples, two chief disciples. But he was not happy. He did not accept that thing from the Buddha. So he started blaming the Buddha. And then the Buddha had to say, from this time onwards, we are going to do a certain activity toward monk Channa. We call it Brahma Danda, the highest punishment in Buddhism. It's a good thing to talk about. What is the highest punishment? Top punishment in Buddhism. People might think we had to punish people, cane them. We had to, do a lot of things to the people who are doing wrong things. But what is the highest punishment in Buddhism? Brahma Danda. Brahma means highest.
Excommunicated.
Buddha didn't want to talk to him. That means leave him alone. Didn't want to call me.
Stop talking to someone.
Yes, like treat him as a dead person or what?
Has any one of you done that to somebody in your life?
Yes, Bhante.
You already done that. Huh? So you have done Brahma Danda to other people. Huh? Interesting.
Yes.
So you have given the highest punishment to your colleagues, friends. Have you done to family members too?
Short while, yes.
A short while, temporary Brahma Danda. Okay, so now here, as for monk Channa, it was a very long-term Brahma Danda. Actually, his Brahma Danda was released in the first Dhammasangaya. That means the Buddha understood he does not accept any advices. He doesn't listen to him. So we cannot do anything. He cannot even ask him to leave the Sangha, the Buddha Sasana. See, Buddha also cannot ask anybody to leave. That's why it's a very big issue in Sri Lanka. When a monk is doing something wrong, the teachers can say you can leave the temple, but nobody can disrobe him. Nobody can disrobe him. It's a problem. Thailand, they do. They have their own system. But according to the Buddha Sasana, no Sangha can disrobe others. If the Sangha if somebody Sangha member got the ordination through Sangha. But they can ask to leave the temple because you are a troublemaker. So even the Buddha Buddha did not ask monk Chana to leave the temple. Even he did not ask monk Devadatta to leave the temple, isn't it? He didn't ask. He was doing all the bad things in the back door. But he didn't ask. Because when somebody became a monk, it is not ethical to say you have to leave, you have to destroy. Right? So anyways, monk Chana did not respect the Buddha, and then the Buddha said, there's nothing we can do to him. Let's not talk to him. So we are minimizing. Actually, a lot of people do that, not in the form of Brahmadan. In your own ways, and I'm not going to talk to him over. So things are okay. But anyways, that is something that we understand, right? So about puja pujaniya. So patta here means that this is particularly about your wishes. Now in this sutta, Buddha clearly talks about the wishes of the lay people. Are you lay people or monastics? You are lay people. But there are lay people who are like monastics. You shouldn't be so. You are lay people, you have to be lay people. If you want to be monastics, leave the house, become monks and nuns. Without doing that, don't become monastics in your lay life, being lay people. So that's why the Buddha clearly emphasizes in this sutta that how can a lay person, or how should a lay person spend his or her life with their wishes. So it's a very interesting sutta. There are a couple suttas like this. The very famous sutta about the lay people's life is Sigaluvada Sutta. We have done it long time ago. It took almost a couple months to finish it. That's the very longest version of the lay life, how to become a good lay person. Yes, Adris.
Can we use this word this meaning on the salutation of the Sangha? Anutarang punya ketam lokasati.
Yes.
Anutarang punya ketam lokasati. Can we compare this in a way? I mean, blend this together. Worthy of respect.
Definitely. So we don't talk about Sangha here. We are talking about the lay people, lay life, and that context. Sangha are definitely worthy of food, worthy of offerings, worthy of everything. Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. So there's no concern. There's
but
no
the meaning
problem.
is the same. What I'm trying to say, the meaning almost the same as what you're teaching now.
Well, I'm talking about worthiness of lay life. Not I actually discuss about the monks at this point, but I'm going to talk about the worthiness of lay life. How do you respect the worthy people in your own context? But I used a monk example, right? But I'm going back to the lay life. So the Buddha says, if you are not respecting the worthy people in your own life circles, that means you are not creating a mangala, an auspicious thing. That means you are creating our mangala. Actually, a lot of people say that we appointed a bad person as our president, as our secretary, as our this, that, our company, and then we are suffering a lot, right? And there are a lot of people, they are saying, in their own zones, on context. So, but there are conditions too. Sometimes you know that this is the right person, but you cannot do anything, right? There are other factors going around. But anyways, if you take it to a personal level, let's say in your life, if you are someone who already understands that this person is worthy, so I have to respect. I should have more respect for this person. So that means you are creating this mangala. Going back to the patta, so Pattakamma means that you are going to make use of your finances and your whole life to a level that you are worthy. Now you are the one who's going to be worthy of in this sutta, not other people. You are going to make worthy Especially you are going to make your money, make your plans, make your wishes, make your worldly welfare and the spiritual welfare both going to be, you're gonna be both going to be worthy. That is the plan. All right, so let's get into the sutta. I hope that everybody has the sutta already in printed version or probably on the digital version.
Bhante, just now you mentioned that a lay people should live a lay life and not mix up with the monastic life. But how about the short-term novitiate program?
Yeah, I mean, at that point, lay people becoming samaneras.
Yes.
So then you have to do samanera.
Okay.
But you are not going to do samanera thing while being a layperson.
Okay.
So the moment you become a samanera means you are not anymore a layperson, even for a day,
Okay.
even for a second, 2 day, 3 days, 7 day, right? The moment you become that. I'm talking about those people who are not becoming even for a day or two as samanera, still thinking to be like monastics, that kind of thinking.
Yes.
Going to
Okay. I understand better.
right? This is the sutta, right? So what we're gonna do is we're going to study the first wish. So there are 4 wishes over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I will kind of explain the meaning of the four wishes, but we will actually study about the first one. All right. Pattakamma Sutta, Anguttara Nikaya, 4th section, 61. Why is this sutta classified as a part of the Anguttara Nikaya 4? Why is it? Anguttara Nikaya 4.61. Why is this sutta classified under the 4th section?
Because there are 4 issues under this.
So this Anguttara Nikaya goes by the numbers.
Yes.
So this sutta talks about four main
Okay.
things. That is why it has been categorized under the 4th section. What if the sutta comes in the 5th section, Panchaka Nipata? Then sutta must present 5 things, right? All right, first reading Pali text. Who would like to read the first paragraph over here,
I try, Bhante.
right? You're going to be read at this part. Yes.
Attako anatta pindiko kahapati yena bhagawa tenupasang kami upasang kami tua bhagawantang abiwadetwa ekamangtang nisidi ekamangtang nisinang ko anatta pindikang kahapating bhagawa tada voce.
All right. Now, this is the background story. So, a senior monk is going to inform the other Sangha that this was how the sutta was given. Ata ho anatha pindiko gahapati yena bhagavan tenupa sankami. Now, who is approaching the Buddha over here?
Anatta Pindika.
Anatha pindika. Anatha pindika. Is this a personal name, or is this a name that was given to somebody based on how he acted in his life during the time of Buddha? Is it a personal name?
No, it's given because of what he had done, what good things he have done.
Right, all right. Like a nickname, huh?
Yeah.
Nickname, yes. Sometimes people know the nickname better than the real name. Dharma name more than the real name. So what does Anatha Pindika mean in Pali? Anatha and Pindika, 2 words. Let's go back again. Here,
He's always an alms giver.
Anath. What is Anath? And what is Pindik?
Pindika, the gives the giver of alms.
Anna is food, right?
Huh?
Food.
You are talking about Anna.
Food.
You thinking about food only.
Kim is remembering our last lunch organized by Kelvin, the people there.
Yeah,
We went to a restaurant called Annalakshmi.
yeah.
But here it means not Anna, it means Anatha. Anatha does not mean food. Anatha means helpless people, poor people, those who are in need of food, those who are in need of other things like normal
Water.
things, right? Basic needs.
Yeah.
Anatha means those poor people, helpless people. Pindika. Pinda means is a morsel.
Alms.
Morsel.
Giver.
What we call it? Morsel. Right? A morsel.
Mm.
Morsel means at that time they used the hand. So the amount of food that somebody is carrying
In the
with
hand.
the hand into the mouth. Morsel. Now the Buddha says in one sutta, Chattaro pancha alope abutva udakampivi. One day King Kosala came to the Buddha, and the Buddha noticed that King Kosala is very, unfit. Probably he's struggling after eating. And then he said, Bhante, I've been eating a lot because I'm not controlling myself. So whatever the food given to me by the cook, I'm eating. And then the Buddha said, I will tell you a good way so that your food will be digested smoothly, properly. So it's a very good idea for all of us. The Buddha said, Chattaro pancha alope abutva udakampive. That means do not fill up your tummy. You have to leave 4 to 5 morsels. Udakampive, for that 4 to 5 morsels, you're going to drink water. Udakampive. So the Buddha, if you are a Buddhist, you are not ever going to fill up your tummy. Right? If you follow the Buddhist teachings, never ever fill up your tummy because that is un-Buddhist. So you're always going to leave some 4 to 5 morsels. It's not like that. You ordering lots of food. Now, who is going to eat all this food? I have to eat. You have to eat too. It's not that. It's not the concept here. You have to understand how much food you're going to order. How much food you're going to cook today. Some people are cooking more than what they need. So now they are very greedy about the food. We should not waste this food. Right? So the Buddha says, never ever fill up your tummy with the food. Leave 4 to 5 morsels, drink water to space up that gap. Right? Udakampive. Now the idea here is that the morsel, Chattaro pancha alope. Alope means another word for morsel. Now here, pinda means food. So Anatha Pindika means the one who has been very much supportive to the people who were starving at that time. So he was always concerned about those people who cannot afford food at that time. Right? Maybe that is why we are doing food pantries. Some of the local temples, they do food pantry. People might think about why should temples do this, right? Is it a temple's activity? Shouldn't the government be concerned about these things? I mean, as Buddhists, we have to learn from these great personalities, from Anatha Pindika, the bank Anatha Pindika. So we learn. So we have a responsibility to think about, not even to think about our belly, our tummy. We are also concerned about whether other people eat. Right? That's such a very compassionate thinking. So then, if Anatha Pindika was the given name, or I would say the nickname, then what was his real name? That's interesting. What was the real name of Anatha Pindika?
Sue something. Sue.
Sue something? What is that? Sue has a lot of words, huh?
Sumata or something. Sue. I can't remember. But I know it's starting with S-U.
Sudatta. Sudatta.
Oh God, we read it about it a long time ago and I forgot the name. Sorry.
Sudatta. Sudatta. So So the people got to know him with the name called Anathapindika, right? It's too much information, but anyway, they are interesting to know how these names were made. Gahapatiya, this word I want to kind of emphasize too. Gahapati. Very interesting. Who is Gahapati? What is Gaha? What is Pati?
Householder. Gaha is house.
Gaha is house.
Gaha is take possession. Take possession of an idea or view.
Okay, what is
Or
the
one
meaning of
who
Gahapati?
catches.
Householder.
Household. That means someone who has a house, isn't it?
Yes.
What if those people who don't have a house, who don't own a house, and we call them Gahapati? Huh? Can we still call them Gahapati? According to this interpretation, Gahapati means someone who owns a house, who has a house, who owns the house. All right. So the Anathapindika had lots of houses. He was a banker, the money man. So Gahapati. Actually, the Buddha used the word Gihi. Gihi means the lay people. Gihi. The Gihi means this one. Right. Right. Gihi. Gihi means lay people. This is your in Pali word. So if one day if a monk call you, hello Gihi, don't be scared. Huh? That's the Pali word given to you. Huh? Gihi. Now there are different Gihis also. Right? Who are the Gihis? Different Gihis. There are 4 types of Gihi, yeah? Lay people. You might think layman, laywoman. This is kind of gender based. But here I'm talking about 4 types of lay people. Kama Bogi Gihi. Right? Kama Bogi Gihi. Then we actually call it Kama Bogi Upasaka. Kama Bogi Upasika. Brahmachari Upasika. Brahmachari Upasika. Kama Bogi means the lay person who is enjoying the sensual pleasures. Kambogi Upasika, the lay person, the female, say lay woman, is enjoying the sensual pleasures. Then Brahmachari Upasaka, the lay person who is celibate, who is away from the sensual pleasures. Then Brahmachari Upasika, lay woman who is away from sensual pleasures. This is one interpretation. Buddha never said that you have to pick up the Brahmachari all the time, because you should understand Kama Bogi Gihi. Gihi is a common name to all of you. And then in that Gihi interpretation, there are 4. Call them as Upasaka, Upasika in terms of sensual pleasures, and then the Brahmachari life. So Gahapati means then a householder. That means someone who owns a house. Then what did the householder, the one who has a house, named Anathapindika, did over here? Yena Bhagava Tenupasankam. Yena means he approached the Buddha. The Buddha who was somewhere at that point. So he approached the Buddha to that particular place. Yena Bhagava. Wherever the Buddha was staying, he approached the Buddha in that particular place. Upasankami. Upasankami means? Upasankami. Upa means Pali prefix. Upa means near.
Yeah.
Near, closer. Right? Upasankam. Then Upasankamitva, having approached the Buddha, then Bhagavanta Abhivadit. Once again, I'm going to ask you a question that I asked earlier. Why is the term Buddha is not mentioned away? Why the word Pali word Bhagava is always given? Bhagavanta, Bhagava, Bhagava, right? Why is it Bhagava? Why there is no the Pali word called Buddha? Any educated guesses? Why the suttas do not mention the term Buddha insofar as the Bhagava? What does Bhagava mean?
The fortunate one.
Ah,
The fortunate one, the blessed one.
The blessed one, the blessed one.
yeah, these are all translations taken exactly from the face, I mean, what do you call the face value. But what does Bhagava mean?
Enlightened one.
No, I'm asking the specific definition of Bhagava, not a direct translation. All right. What does Bhagava mean? I think the participants of our Sutta discussion don't have an excuse. Huh? I already explained to you a long time ago. Maybe you might have forgotten it. Maybe it is not in your mind at the moment. This is a very important thing to know, because why do you see Bhagava instead of Buddha in these suttas, in many suttas?
Self developed self-development of the Buddhahood. Is it?
The fortunate one.
No, I'm asking, what does Bhagava mean? Yeah, he's the teacher, yes, but Bhagava does not mean the teacher. Bhagava means
The blessed one. The blessed one.
不是在我的 bag 里面，我的药也就在那边，没有拿上来，过里。
right. Bhagga Ragu, Bhagga Dosu, Bhagga Mo. The one who Bhagga means the one who cut the Raga, Dosa, Moha
Oh, one
completely.
who has fully abandoned all the defilements.
So the one who cut the Bhagga Raga, cut the Raga, Dosa, Moha completely without giving them a chance. That is Bhagava. So do you find this meaning in the blessed one? Do you find this meaning in the lucky one, fortunate one? These are the issues with the translations. That's why I'm saying translations are helpful for us. But when you really want to learn the true Dhamma, we have a big issue in understanding what these are actually all about. So the reason why Bhagava is mentioned, Bhagava is the most respected term for the Buddha. Buddha is a common term for many Arahants too, actually. All Arahants are Buddhas. We call them Arahanta Buddhas, Savaka Buddhas, Pacheka Buddhas. Yes, Sadhis, you have a question?
Yeah, how about accomplished one? It's the same meaning, is it?
Well, accomplished one, yeah, I mean, that is another translation. I mean, it doesn't particularly say about this, cutting the raga dosa more. It doesn't particularly say. The issue is that when somebody is going to translate, they translate in very short words. So the problem is, it might be useful to us just to pass on that more chanting and all that, but we don't understand what it is.
Right.
That means a lot of words that we understood in Pali, in English translations, are not carrying what the real Pali words mean. That's a problem, huh? So we are not really understanding true Dhamma then at that point.
Sorry, Bhante, can I ask one technical question?
Yes.
Bhagava, the root is Bhaja, B-H-A-J. And then the meaning of Bhaj, I mean, as indicated in the dictionary, is divide or distribute. So how does this root meaning related to Bhagava?
Can you repeat again?
Bhagava, the root word is Bhaj, B-H-A-J. And then in the dictionary, Bhaj meaning divide or distribute.
That is another, we call it Bhaga, not Bhagava, Bhaga. Bhaga means distribution. It's mostly as a mathematical thing.
Also, it's not related anything to the Bhagawa word.
Sometimes similar words have different meanings. Now here it says bhagga, not bhaga. Bhaga is a section, but bhagga, let me show you. Bhagga. Now the word that you are talking about is bhag.
Oh.
Bhag. So these are two. You might see a very similar pronunciation, but this is bhag. Bhag means what do you call cutting permanently without giving them a chance, right? So that is how we understand. So if you go to the verb stem, you might see differences, but here it means bhagga, bhaggaraga, bhaggadosa, bhaggamo. That is why when you go to the shrine room, when you see the Buddha statue, you should not have any raga dosa moha, right? If you are seeing a Buddha statue, if you still have some raga dosa moha about the people, maybe other individuals, that means you don't understand the Bhagava, the quality, what you call the name of the Buddha at that point, right? But when you see any other person, you get raga dosa moha. That is why when you think about the Buddha, your raga go down, dosa goes down, moha goes down, right? At least for a temporary time. So bhagga means, because the Buddha, I would say, cut the raga dosa moha. That's why in the Dajaka Sutta, remember the Dajaka Sutta? In the Dajaka Sutta, you can see the ongoing war between Sura and Asuras. Sura means the Devas. Asura means, we call them kind of Titans, or I would say mini Devas actually. Yeah, mini. They were Devas before, but they became mini Devas later. So oftentimes Asuras are winning the game. Devas are not more powerful. The reason is that when the Devas are fighting with the Asuras, they are looking at some predicaments, so they are going to almost lose the battle to the Asuras. At that point, they are going to think about their higher Devas, Pajapati, Varuna, Isana, and finally Sakka, the head god. But then, even after remembering these higher Devas in the Sura worlds, heavens, nobody could help them. Now think about how many times you're thinking about, may Sakka come and help me. Even Sakka cannot help their fellow people. Isana, Varuna, they couldn't help. Then one day they approached the Buddha, told the Buddha, Bhante, when we were in the war with the Asuras, we had lots of horripilations, what do you call, terror feeling, fears came out. We were very stressed out. We were very depressed. And we started thinking about all the very higher devas in the deva realms that we know, we see them on a daily basis. But none of them, even the Sakka, could not help us. Then what the Buddha said? The Buddha said, it is very appropriate, it is very true that they couldn't help you, especially your head god, Sakka, because Sakka has not completely overcome Raga Dosa Moha. When somebody is scared because of something, that person is going to think about somebody to get the help. When that person, that particular god, has even the Raga Dosa Moha, how come that god is going to help you? Because you are also struggling. They also have the same issues. Then the Buddha said, whenever terror, fear, stress, horripilation arise, you can think about the Buddha, the Bhagavan.
Itipiso.
Huh?
Itipiso.
Yes. Not just saying Itipiso. What is Itipiso? What is Saraham? What is Samma Sambuddha? There are people who are, because they are scared, they are just merely chanting Itipiso Bhagavan Samma Sambuddha. Now, nothing is going to happen to you because you don't know what it is, right? You have to know what is Arahant, what is Samma Sambuddha, what is Vijjacharana Sambuddha, what is Sugata. Then you can give more time to think about what these qualities mean to you. And then, let's say, now the Buddha is talking to Asuras, let's say your fear has not still gone away after thinking about me, yes, the Bhagava, then you can think about the Dhamma. Swakhato, Bhagavata, Dhamma, Sanditiko, so and so, 6 qualities. In the worst case scenario, if the fear, stress, anxiety, depression, manipulation still exists after thinking about the Buddha Dhamma, Bhagavad Dhamma, then you can think about Sangha.
Sangha.
Then
Yeah.
your worries, then your fears must go. That means Sangha must be more powerful. Why is it? Sangha, Buddha is also part of the Sangha. You can't separate him. Who separated him? Who separated him? Who separated Buddha from the Sangha?
Devadatta.
No.
Devadatta lived so many millennia ago. Not Devadatta. Who? No, Devadatta wanted to start a new Sangha order. It's not about this thing. I'm asking who separated the Buddha from the Sangha in our understanding, in our practice? That's a very good question. Huh? So before you do Sangika Dana, you go and offer Buddha Puja separate. Isn't it? That is our culture. So you take all the, what do you call, the highlights of your food and then place them into small cups, rice bowl, this and that, and you are offering to the Buddha. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
And you are thinking Buddha is separate. Huh? Now after finishing the Buddha Puja, we go into the Sangha and Sangha is separate. Actually, according to Buddha, Buddha cannot be separate from the Sangha. That's why the Buddha said, when you think about the Sangha, I am also part of them. Every time you see the Sangika Dana, Mahasangika Dana, it is said, a Mahasangika Dana cannot be given to Sangha, mere Sangha, Buddha and Sangha together at the same time. So Buddha is part of the Sangha Dana. Now people do Buddha Puja separately, Sangha Dana separately. Isn't it interesting? Huh?
Bhante.
One very good example is when Pajapati Gautami came to see of the Buddha, she brought a robe which was handmade by her. And then she said, now she's an Arahant, she doesn't need good karmas. But out of compassion, she made it. And then she said, I'm going to see you off. I'm going to offer this. And then the Buddha said, Pajapati Gautami, do not offer this to me. Do not offer this to me. Now, what do people think about? The best thing has to be going to the altar of the Buddha. Now, Buddha says to Mahapajapati Gautami, do not offer this to me. Then she asks, whom should I offer? You bring this to the Sangha. Offer this to Sangha, because when you offer this to the Sangha, I am also part of the Sangha. Sanghe Gautami De, Sanghe Gautami De, Sanghe Gautami. Now from tomorrow, do not stop the Buddha Puja. It's a misunderstanding. But this is what we learn from the text. Our practice in the temples could be different. I want you to think about it. What people do in the local temples could be different from what we see in the text. We shouldn't mind about it unless it is not directly impacting our spiritual practice. But if we have a wrong understanding about the Buddha and Sangha, that must be fixed here. Yes, Tisali?
Bhante, I forgot what I want to ask. later I ask Bhante.
I ask first, can?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you are so happy and you even forgot the question, huh?
Yeah. Bhante, when you talk about Sangika Dana, it's also meaning the past, present, and future Buddhas. The past, present, and future.
Yeah, Sangha is a community.
Community.
Sangha is a community. So Now the thing is that we are not going to change the local temple's way. We are not disrespecting any monk, any temple. So you please continue the way how you've been practicing it. But I want you to think about what the Buddha says also at the same time. So anyways, now here the
No,
Buddha
Bhante, I
says,
remember now, Bhante. Bhante, when you say offer to the Sangha, is it mentally or physically? There must be at least 4 monks to represent the Sangha. That's what my understanding lah, Bhante.
for Sangha, well, I mean, the idea of the four Sangha comes from a place where the Upasampada monks come from the four directions.
I see.
Yeah, that is one idea. Actually, it is more specific to a Vinaya Kamma, not for a Dana actually. Because when you offer, very good question, when you offer Sangika Dana, you might not be able to find 4 Upasampada monks, high ordained monks.
Yeah.
But the high ordained monk can accept the Sangika Dana by asking people to think about, you are not only offering to me, your thoughts have to always work around previous monks who were at the time of the Buddha and the monks who are across the world, far and wide, and those lay people who will be coming Sangha. So he has to particularly teach people about it. Not that you offered to Bhante, me, and then you're getting all the good karmas. And that's not a good explanation, you know. You say that when it is said Sangha, it's a huge community. All right. So
Means
here,
mentally, Bhante, means mentally when you offer, mentally
yeah.
you offer to the Sangha.
Yes,
So
every
not
Sangha member has to say that.
Even if there's only 1 or 2 monks, it still can be a Sakika Dana.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Should be
So
okay.
then, Bhante, then what's the difference between a normal Dana and a Sakika Dana? So a normal Dana can also be a Sakika
Normal Dana is a personal Dana.
Okay.
Somebody might bring a monk out.
Okay. But if
That is
it's
a personal Dana.
at the temple, if it's mentally, it still can be considered Sakika Dana,
When
right?
it is a Sangika Dana, there is an indication. Monks always get you to read a particular Pali statement. Na?
I see.
Imang Bhikkhang Bhikkhu Sanghassa Ded. Then it is a Sangika Dana.
Okay. Thank you, Bhante.
Very clear.
Yeah.
Otherwise, other danas are, actually, it could be a personal dana, but you can think about, I'm thinking about the Bhante, but my mind is going around all the Sangha, right? Now, let's say all the temples, when a devotee is going to offer a temple, devotee should be informed by the Sangha that you are offering this to Agata, Anagata, those monks who have not yet come to this temple, those monks who will be coming to this temple from the 4 directions. So the temple should be a property of all the Sangha.
Yes.
But for the particular temple case, you are offering to a certain Sangha member. But every Sangha member should be welcome into the temple. That's the Buddhist way. Unless there is an issue, you know. Right? Unless there is a Devadatta type of monk. Unless there is a Devadatta type of monk, I mean, these Sangha members should be welcome into the temple. That is how the devotee has offered it to Sangha, not for one Sangha member. Right? Then the devotee is getting the good karmas based on only that one Sangha member. That's not nice, huh? Because devotee must get a lot of good karmas, huh? For her life, for his life. A lot of good karmas. I really help. Not only one good karma, maybe a couple good karmas based on that particular Sangha. Anyway, sir, we are going a little far about this Pali term. So, Bhagava is the respectable term given to the Buddha. But Buddha, the word Buddha is not that much mentioned in many suttas. It's mentioned in a couple suttas, some suttas. But Bhagava is mainly used because it's highly respectable about the nature of the Buddha. Right? Bhaggaraga, Bhaggadosa, and Bhaggamoha. Let's go back to the sutta. Now, Anathapindika approached the Bhagava. Abhivaditva. Abhivaditva means, so he bowed down, respected, And ekamantang nisidi. Nisidi we understand, huh? Sat down, huh? Sat down. But ekamantang, what does ekamantang mean?
On one side.
On one side. Normally when you are approaching a very respectable person, you are not sitting in front of that person, you are not sitting behind that person, you are not sitting on the right side, you are not sitting on the left side. So you are going to sit on a side, but not on those four cones. I mean, in the Thai tradition, Thai people do not turn the back to the Sangha, right? They are just going back, slowly going back. Right? They are not turning even the back to the Sangha. It's their way. They are not even pointing feet at the Buddha statue, pointing feet at the Sangha. They are their rules. I mean, we don't see them in the books. They are their house rules. They are their own rules. They might be good, they might not be good. Right? But you have to make your own kind of version of the respect. Respect is very important.
Bhante, for the
Yes.
Sri Lankan lineage, we cannot sit with our back facing the Buddha, right?
That's
Correct,
their way.
Bhante? So,
Yeah.
so it's not it's also not respectful to have the back facing the Buddha when taking photos, Bhante.
Well, I mean, that is how their tradition goes. Right? That's why there's a funny story of a man who wants to sleep. He went to Anuradhapura. A lot of people went to Anuradhapura. So he probably probably he took some shelter in a place. So he was thinking to sleep to the right side. Then a thought came to him, no. Bodhi tree is on the right side. Can't sleep to the right side. He was thinking to sleep to the left side, east side. No, I cannot. There's a big pagoda on that side. I can't sleep that side. Then he was thinking about the north side. Then there is another huge temple on that side. So he's thinking that temple should be there. And he couldn't sleep to the north. Then now the only option that he had was to the south. Then south, there's another monastery. So he thought, better I don't sleep, stay up the whole night. Right? So we have to understand how we're going to practice these things. Actually, if the Buddha is in a higher place, you are at the foot, the base of the Buddha statue. The Buddha is very high, So you are not actually facing the Buddha. Buddha is, high up. But certain traditions, they have their own, I would say, house rules.
Yeah, but the Thai tradition, the rules
So
are
what we do
different,
is when we go to Thailand, we respect, we also behave like Thai people.
Yeah.
We go to Sri Lanka, we behave like Sri Lankan people. So that's how we behave. There's no one way to behave.
Okay.
To become disciplined. All right. So Upasankamita, sitting to one side. Then Ekamanta Nisenna, who Anathapindika, now having sat to one side, Anathapindika, Gahapati, householder, Bhagava, each other. Okay, so the Anathapindika is sitting to one side. At that point, the Buddha told this, Etada Bocha, Etang Avoch. There's a sandhi over here. Chattaru. Okay, let me ask somebody to read this part. Who would like to read? Only this section.
Okay, Bhante, I'll try.
Yes, Sadris.
Chattaro me gahapati dhamma itiha kanta manapa dallaba lokasmin.
I think you should come to a Pali class. Huh?
Even though no matter what easiest I can do, others I can't.
Okay, can you go again slowly? Chattaro me gahapati dhamma.
Chattaro me gahapati dhamma.
Not dhamma. Not dhamma. Dhamma.
Dhamma.
And then?
Itiha.
Not itiha. Ittha.
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 Oh yeah. Okay. Kanta.
Kanta.
Kanta. Oh, that's why I have a problem with all this. But unless I put a practice, I also can chant the whole lot.
Yeah.
But I don't put the practice. Manapa
Manapa.
Manapa. Dallaba.
Is it Dallaba or Dullaba? Dullaba.
Dullaba lokasmin.
All right. So I think Sadiris, in Pali we have a short A and we have long A. So here you see long A, long A, long A, long A. See that?
Yeah.
Interesting. All right. Chattaro me gahapati dhamma ittha anta manapa dullabha lokasmi. Chattaro means four.
Four.
Four. Gahapati, once again,
Householder.
the one who has a house, household. Dhamma. Dhamma means
Things. Things. Things.
things. Can we learn about this Pali word Dhamma again? Dhamma. Capital D means teachings of something,
Teachings,
but
yeah.
simple D, lowercase d means Dhamma means
Things.
Phenomena.
there are
things,
different meanings to Dhamma.
things,
One thing is
things.
phenomena, one thing is quality, one thing is thing, right?
Nature.
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 True nature of anything.
Structure. Truth.
Yeah. The truth
Righteous. Righteousness.
Morality,
There are a lot of-
morality, good conduct.
Yeah, there are a lot of meanings, so we have to understand based on the context. All right. Now the Buddha says to Anathapindika that there are four things. There are four things that are itta. Itta means
Wish.
very
Wish.
much wished by the lay people. Kanta, very much desired by the lay
Desired.
people. Manapa, very much agreeable to the lay
Never.
people. And lokasmin, in the
In
world.
the world.
Dullabha,
Rare.
very rare.
Rare.
Very rare. Now, let's understand what they are. In short, then we will explain the first one. First wish. So I would call them as wishes, kind of wishes. We will study a little bit. Itta. Itta means wish for.
Wish for.
The word itti. Itti.
Wish.
Itti. What does itti mean?
Wish.
Itti.
Such
Pali
is
word
wish.
itti. Itti means lady, woman.
Oh.
Itti. 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 It. Right? Itti. Then over here, kanta means
Desired.
desire. Now there's a Pali
Desire.
word, kanta. Kanta means lady
Kanta.
also. So men are desiring women.
Oh.
That's why it is called kanta. It comes from kanta. Kanta, right? Desire, wish, desire. And then manapa. Manapa means
Agreeable.
a
Agreeable.
very specific English meaning is preferable, the preferred, your preference. People are very much prefer these things,
Sure.
very much prefer.
Hmm.
They would like to choose, very picky about these things. And then dullabha, very rare,
Rare.
right? Let's go to the four wishes. So I'm going to be asking someone to read. Okay, the first one. Who would like to read?
I will try, Bhante.
Yes.
Okay. Boga me upajantu.
Not upajantu.
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 So there are double consonants. As you can see here, these are double consonants. Not one consonant, two,
Yeah.
1, 2. So you have to reduplicate. Upajantu.
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 Saha Dhammenati. Ayang Pattamo Dhammo Ito Kanto Manapo Dulabo Lokasmin.
Interesting. Bogami upajantu sahadhamme nati. Ayang patamo dhammo. Ito kanto manapo dullabo lokasmin. In simple words, what does it mean? Lay people have a very innocent wish. I mean, supposed to have, huh? Yeah, maybe people who are exempt. May money come to me in righteous ways. Do you have that thought?
Yes.
Nobody would like to do unethical jobs, cheating other people. But sometimes they have no choice. They don't know how they picked up the job. Now, there was a individual lately telling me in her job, she has to, kill the fish for experiments, right? And then she's doing the experiments as a part of a university lab to, I think, to find out certain solutions to ecosystem. But now she is referring what is happening with that, work thing in a university to her health life. She's saying, I have lots of health issues because I'm thinking this too much. I can see that, I know that this time the fish is going to die, So I had to answer this question, the problem in a different way. But she cannot go back to zero and start a new job. She can't change the career. She's a university lecturer. She can't change. Right? So she has to, hang on. And then that's the problem. So nobody would like to do unethical job, but there are people who might like. So a good lay person has a very honest wish. That honest wish, the starting honest wish is, may money come to me in righteous ways, in good ways, ethical ways, without cheating, without disturbing other people, without, falsely promoting certain products. We will discuss that. Just to keep in mind, this is the first wish, right? Here you can see, Boga means, I would say, wealth. Wealth at that time means, now today's world means money. And uppajjantu, come, we create, may my finances create with sahadhammena, righteousness. That means, in the Dhamma way, ayam patamo dhammo. This is the first Dhamma, which is, here, wish, desired, agreeable, preferred, rarely gaining the world. At the same time, the Buddha says this is rare because not everybody can make money in righteous ways. Buddha knows that. But if somebody could, that's such a very interesting wish. And then the second wish, who would like to read? This one. Somebody who did not read already.
Bhante, we can also wish our fellow Dharma brothers and sisters this way also, right? May wealth come to them righteous.
May you find a righteous job. Always thinking. Yes. Yes, Kim, go ahead.
Bhante, Boga and Boge different, right?
Boge, now Boge. First Boga, now Boge.
Boge lada sahat hamena yaso me aga chato saha natiti saha upaja yehiti ayang dutio damo ito kanto manapo tulabo lokasmin.
Certain things to be concerned. Bhoge ladha saha dhammena yaso me agachatu saha nyatihi saha upajjayehi ti ayang dutiyo dhammo ittho kanto manapo dullabho lokasmi. Simple meaning is that when someone can fulfill the first wish, let's say that someone is already getting money in righteous good ways. Now, when someone is having good money in good ways, then what will happen? There is a second wish that is coming in his mind, in his life. What is it? Yaso me agachatu, may my good reputation, about me, my teachers, my relatives go higher. That means reputation. Do we all need reputation, dumb folks? Do we expect? Not that lofty way, huh? Do we normally expect Our good reputation, we are good people, we are doing good. Some people
Yes,
are writing
Bhante.
that we are so
Yes.
good.
Yes, Bhante.
But if you are too much about our life in that good way, it can take us to a conceit, man. But an honest wish a layperson may have when that layperson is getting money in good ways is good reputation for not only for himself, herself, but also for his family members and teachers and all that. Would you like somebody is criticizing one of your teachers who taught you in the high school? Huh? Would you like somebody is criticizing badly about your family members? Mostly not.
No.
Mostly not.
No.
Because you
Yeah.
would like to get a good reputation for maybe your family, maybe your all these things. So this is the second wish, right? Upajjaya means teachers. Jnati means relatives. Agachyatu means come. Yaso, this is the word. Good reputation. Yaso. All right. The third wish, who would like to read? It's going to be like this.
Bhante, I try.
Okay, Melinda.
Boge dada saha dhammena yasam dada saha natihi saha upajayehi jiram jivami dika mayum dika mayum pale miti ayam tatiyo damo ito kanto malapo dulabo lokasmin.
Now, when you getting money in righteous ways, let's say you fulfill it, then you are expecting good reputation for you, for your family members, and for your teachers. Now, when you are fulfilling your good reputation also, then there's a third wish that you may be coming up. What is it? Now I want to live longer. I want longevity. I don't like to die earlier. Has anybody decided over here to die earlier? Like a premature death? Not even a single moment. Not even for a single. I want to live more. How many things are we going to achieve? But a longer life with what do you call poor conditions might not be good. Let's say you are living longer, but you having lots of health issues, and you have lots of problems. So people expect a longer life. I think a life with quality is better than a longer life.
Yes.
Life with good quality, happiness and things, people, right? Anyways, now as the third wish, a layperson may wish longevity. Let's see the Pali terms over here. Bogi ladda sahadamme, we understood that. Yasang ladda, now you have already received the good reputation for your family members, for your teachers. Now, chirang jivami, jiva means live, chiram means long. Diga mahayung palemi. Let me live to the longest. Now we normally talk about live to the fullest. Now let me live to the longest. Right? Interesting. Now, even the Buddha did not live more than 8 years old, according to our understanding. Some Arahants lived more than 100 years old. Like Bhakkula, Arahant Bhakkula, he says that he didn't even have a back pain, even a small back pain. What a blessed person. Like back pain is such a very normal thing to everybody sometimes, even because of the wrong posture. He said, I didn't even get any assistance from another monastic. I didn't have any back pain. Such a blessed person. And well, what matters is that having a life that is fairly longer than many. Now we know like different countries, they define their mortality rate, isn't it? Now some countries, they are talking about their population having longer time, right? Especially countries like Japan,
Mm.
people living longer. But the problem is the young folks are not widely spreading. So nobody is there to pay the tax of the elderly people. No, there's no younger generation to pay the tax. So the government can take care of the elderly folks. Interesting. There are different things that we see in the modern world. Anyways, third wish is that wishing for longevity,
Long life.
long life. Right? Last one.
Bhante, what do you
Right?
call aging healthily in Pali?
Yeah.
Age healthily.
What I say is, there's a very interesting English word for that. What is it? There's a very interesting way of saying this in English.
Do you want to, I mean, in the old age, you want to be healthy?
Age
Yes,
gracefully,
yeah, healthy.
Bhante.
Health is very important to all of us.
Age gracefully.
Age
Age
gracefully.
gracefully.
Yes, that's a good one. So we don't hate being aged. Now, a lot of people, they get back to think about impermanence
Yes.
without doing what is required to certain decades of their age. Now, when they are going beyond 30, 40, 50, these are certain milestones in their lives, so on and so forth. They have to do what is required for that particular age cap. But these people, they are not doing anything. They are just eating the same way as they did in their young times, 20s. They eat the same way like in their 20s, even in their 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. And they are saying, okay, I have this health issue, that health issue, this, that, right? So then life is suffering, huh? See, how many sicknesses do I have? So the impermanence in that teaching is understanding your age and living accordingly. That is impermanence. Not that whatever you do and then continue till you get very bad, immobilized. This is what many people do. When you are going beyond certain age decades, you have to understand, now I cannot eat as I used to eat before. I should not. My body cannot take that. I cannot do this and that. I have to change myself. Embracing anicca, impermanence. Not that eat everything, do all the bad things, and then by the age of 50, 60, see anicca, my back aches. I have diabetes, I have this, that. So anicca. So this is how people are approaching us about anicca. But it's a little funny because they must have embraced their change, anicca, when they are hitting their different age brackets, Anyways, last wish. Who would be reading that? Somebody who did not read?
Bhante, I read.
Yes, him. Yes.
Boge lada sam saha damena damena yasam lada saha natihi saha upajayehi chiram jivitwa dikhamayum palikwa kayasa beda param marana sugatim sagam lokam upapajamiti ayam chatuto damo ito kanto manapo dulabo lokasmin imiku kahapati chataro dama ita kanda manapa dulaba lokasmin.
All right. Boge ladha sahadhammen yasang ladha sahanyati. Buddha actually summarizes everything in the previous three wishes. Saha upajjayi chiranji vidva dighayum palitva kayasa bheda param maranang sugating sadgang lokang upapajjamiti. What does it mean? Now the fourth wish is that when somebody has earned money in ethical, righteous ways, then he or she would like to wish good reputation. When the person has both good money, that's not a good way to say, not good money, money made in good ways. Because some people make good money in bad ways, unethical ways. So when somebody has money in ethical ways, then person wishes for good reputation. When somebody has money acquired, earned in good ways and good reputation, then expects a longer life, longevity. Now, when that person has longevity, now what will be the immediate wish, final wish is to be reborn in a good
Yeah.
place.
Okay.
Is that what you expect sometimes?
Yeah.
Now, there is a very interesting thing to discuss. Some people might have misunderstood that expecting a good rebirth is bhavatana, isn't it?
Yeah.
We discussed it a couple of times. But the Buddha
Yeah.
says this is an honest, fair wish by the lay people. Right? But if you are doing everything because of the next life, it will be a bhavatana. But everybody has a sort of a thought about the next life because we believe karma and vipaka, right? Now this is about the next life. Now let's see the Pali. This is a summary of the previous. Now, having received the money, sahadammena means in righteous ways. Then yasang ladda, yasa means good reputation. Having received the good reputation for yourself, for your relatives, for your teachers. Chiranjeev, having lived longer, digayung palitva, having cherished your longevity. Now, kayasa bheda. Kayasa bheda means
Breakup of the body.
when the body is
Breakable body.
yeah, when the body is broken. Now this is actually this broken means bheda, broken means not that somebody's body is divided, because
Decay.
all the bodies are part of 5 aggregates. So when you die, 5 aggregates will be broken.
Open up.
Entity will be broken. That's why it's called bheda. Then param marana, after the death, sugating saggam. Sugati means a good realm. Saggam means is sugati, heaven. Lokam pajjami. This is the 4th thing, which is wish, desire, preferred, and rare in the world. Imeko gahapati, chattaru dhamma, ittakanta manapa, dulaba lukas. All right. Now we go back to the first wish. Today we have to finish that. Next. Right. How did the Buddha ask us to make money in ethical ways? Let's talk about it in very simple terms. Have we studied this before?
Right.
On
Right.
money.
Right
Bhante.
livelihood in the
Yeah.
eight noble eightfold path.
There is a particular path factor in the Noble Eightfold Path, which is called as Samma Ajiva. That means,
Ajiva.
Yes, Samadhi.
that means even an Arya Savaka cannot be exempt from making money in a certain way. Arya Savaka has to live on. He has to survive in today's world. Just because you are practicing Dhamma, let's say you are a lay person, nobody is going to give you food. Huh? You must have a plan to get food. You must have a plan to have clothing. You must have a plan to pay for your rent. You must have a plan for your expenses, right? That means money matters. Even you become Arya Sav, don't walk away from money. Money is not evil. What is evil is the way how
you
we going
use
to
it.
use the money is going to be evil. If you let the money control you, yes, then you are making you evil. Money is not a problem, right? Now there are no physical money too, right? Now money has been digital.
Yes, sir.
Because
Bhante,
money has been digital. Not
Bhante,
anymore.
I want to ask, what is considered proper money? Is if I buy a lottery and strike a money, is that money considered properly earned money?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, on one side, it is your intention, right? It is your intention because you could have chosen it. Now, in some countries, lottery is a part of gambling.
Yeah.
It's a part of gambling.
Yes.
But you know, a lot of people probably in your family circle, relatives, they really had a hard time when they are addicted to gambling.
Yeah, that's
They were
true.
not able to save anything at all, right?
Mm.
Because when you become a gambler, you don't stop buying it. You keep going.
If you
Now, I remember my first trip to Genting 12 years ago before I moved to Canada. The
Oh.
person who brought me to Genting for giving a Dhamma talk, somebody asked me, how are you going to give a Dhamma talk to these people? They are gamblers. I said, okay, we will see. And then he told me, Bhante, you look out of your window by early morning, 4 a.m. if you wake up, see how people go back with so much frustration. Then they go to all the money. See, all the parkings are booked over here, full. See how people are going back with so much frustrations. Right? So in Buddhism, gambling is a problem. But lottery is not taken in that exact way, but it's part of gambling. But so you can have a choice either to buy the lottery, because till you get something out of the lottery, you will be buying lotteries every day. You are asking me about a sudden achievement from your lottery, but I understand you must have been buying lottery for some time, right? So you have a choice, right? So I think the answer is with that too. Anyways, the Buddha asked lay people not to cheat on other people when you are making. Never ever cheat. At the same time, he asks people to find an ethical job, ethical activity. Sometimes it is legal, but it is not ethical, isn't it?
Yes, yes.
Right? You can go hunting in the jungle, it is ethical.
You don't kill
But
a tiger.
killing the animals might not be wholesome enough for us. It's not a good feeling for us. So everything that is right, approved by the government, maybe the world system, might not be wholesome for us to do. So we have to make a choice. So the Buddha said, lay people should be able to make money in ethical ways. Why is it? Let's say there is a lay person who made money in unethical ways, going to make a dana. Right? That can happen, right? Then the Buddha said that dana is not going to be successful.
What's that?
Why is it? The money was not properly earned.
Dirty money.
In order for you to give a dana, there are requirements given by the Buddha in the Dakkhina Vibhanga Sutta, Majjhima Nikaya. In this sutta, Buddha says, donor has to be virtuous, the person, the dayaka. And then the people who are receiving, the monks or whoever, have to be virtuous, have some sila. Then the money that you earn to give the dana should be wholesome. You have to earn in wholesome, good ways. And then you must have good thoughts before, during, after. And you must have a strong belief about karma and vipaka. Then only your dana is going to be working out. That's why some people are saying, Bhante, we've been giving a lot of dana, but nothing is going to work. Something wrong. Huh? So you think about, read some of the suttas. Huh? Read this sutta, whether you are doing it in the proper way.
Bhante, Samma Ajiva applies to the monastic as well, right?
Yeah, Samma Ajiva applies to monastics in a different way. Don't cheat devotees.
Okay. And then
I have jhana, I have meditation experiences. I have come to this jhana, that jhana. I'm kind of a sotapana. Never ever say things like that, because then devotee is going to be misled.
Yeah.
So you're getting more respect from them.
So
that
the
is a bad way of.
Noble Eightfold Path applies to both lay people and the monastic.
Noble Eightfold Path is given not in the context of lay people and monastic. It is given in the context of enlightened people and unenlightened.
Okay. Okay.
So lay people and monastics, they are, if they are not enlightened, they are unenlightened people.
Bhante, curiosity, in Genting, where was your Dharma held?
I can't even remember. That was a part of the hotel. I'm talking about 2010, 13 years ago. Yes.
So what sort of audience were there?
Workers. Workers.
The workers?
That's why somebody asked me, what are you going to talk to these people? No, they are doing this. I said, we'll go and see.
Okay.
All
Bhante,
right.
Bhante,
Yes.
in this sutta, where is the wish for Nibbana by the lay people?
Coming up.
Okay.
Is coming up. Now, at this point, the Buddha talks about the general honest wishes of lay people. So just because the lay people have these four wishes, we cannot tell them they are bad. Now, a lot of people might not understand. They might say, money is not important for a Buddhist, which is a lie. Buddha accept money is necessary in righteous ways. And good reputation should not be sought. But Buddha says, no, lay people should have it. They feel
Yeah.
they feel happy about their lay life. And expecting a long life is not good. But the Buddha said, no, lay people can make it. It's good for them if they can. And expecting a rebirth is no good because they are always comparing to monastic Buddhism.
Yes.
The Buddhism that was given to the monks and nuns. So they are confused about these two teachings. But the Buddha said, no, it is good for lay people. Unless you become a monk. After these four wishes, then only Buddha talks about additional extended areas of the lay life. Then only we talk about Nibbana at a certain place, but not now.
Okay.
Because we are not talking to all these very Nibbana specific people, right? Talking to general normal people.
So
who
that
having
that will be
normal
another
lay life.
sutta lah, Bhante.
No, later.
Pardon me?
That will be another
Sutta, same sutta,
Later,
The
but
same
later.
sutta.
same
Same
sutta,
sutta.
but another
Future
Later.
level.
sections. Future
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
sections of the
Okay.
sutta. So
But then
next
you wait,
Friday,
ah.
yeah, you have to be patient.
patient,
And
cantik.
yes, and then next Friday we'll be discussing the second wish, good reputation. What is this good reputation and all that? Yes, we will take one more question, Barbara. Yes, go ahead.
Muted. Unmute.
Yes, Barbara. Let's go ahead.
I'm still confused where to find the muted and all that when I turn. Okay, but regarding the question about Genting, going to Genting for the talk, they have a Buddhist society there, organized by the staff. And usually the president will invite speakers to go up and talk to the staff because they are there in very isolated environments, and many of them can go into depression if they have some problems, and they are away from home because their homes can be in Penang or wherever, and they cannot easily take leave even if it's really emergency. So then they need the Dharma.
So I mean, yes, we cannot.
to give a talk
Yes,
this time.
I was actually thinking a story when I went there, like sometimes you are not talking to like a crowd that have the fundamental Buddhist things. So you have to then understand the Buddha's time. When Ambapali came to see the Buddha, Ambapali was a prostitute. And she offered her property to the Buddha. So then the Buddha should not have received the property, should not have approved the property. He could have said, you have earned the money in very bad ways. Buddha didn't say anything. I think the Buddha worked according to the people. But if the people could change, then the Buddha said, you should not do it primarily. But he had to work with different kind of people. Now, even if you look at King Kosala and Jasakta at a certain point, and Ambapali, Addakasi. Now, Ambapali became an Arahant Theri after some time. Addakasi also became a Arahant Theri. We are not trying to justify what they did, but the stories say Buddha accepted. So I was thinking that. So I had no problem giving a Dhamma talk, but that is how I understood. Yes.
Yeah,
All right. Yes. Any other questions?
Brother Sadiri's got a question, I think. No.
Yeah. All right. All right. So let's then wrap this up at this point by transferring the good karmas. May all the good karmas which we've been accumulated today, we transfer to all the departed ones who passed away. In the name of all of us, may departed ones be well and happy. May they finally attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu.
Sadhu, sadhu.
Idam me nyati nang hotu sukita
Hotu,
huntu nyati.
hotu
Idam me nyati nang
Nam
hotu
hotu.
sukita huntu nyati. Idam me nyati nang hotu sukita huntu nyati.
Natayo.
May Devanaga Mahitika also share all these good karmas. May they be well and happy. May they protect all of you for good health, quality of life, prosperity, and safety. Finally, may Devanaga Mahitika also attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu. Ettavata cha ammehi sambatam punya sampadam sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Ettavata cha ammehi sambatam punya sampadam sabbe bhutta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Ettavata cha ammehi sambatam punya sampadam sabbe sattva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Akasattha cha bhummattha Devanaga Mahindika Punyantang Anumoditva Chirang Rakhang Tulu Kasasanang Akasatha Chibummatta Devanaga Mahindika Punyantang Anumoditva Chirang Rakhang Tulu Sanang Akasatha Chibummatta Devanaga Mahindika Punyantang Anumoditva Chirang Rakhang Tumang Paranti Chirang Rakhang Tumang Sada. In this samsaric life, till we attain the Nibbana, may we be in the company of Kalyana Mitras, not with the power. Thinking thus, we're going to make the wish. Imina punya kammena mami bala samagamo satan samagamo hotu yava nibbana patya. Finally, let's make a wish. May all the good karmas that we've been accumulated today by starting a new sutta today, Pattakamma Sutta, be support you and helpful for all of us to attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu.
Sadhu, sadhu.
Abhivadana Siddhis Nimshang Vadha Pracha Ino Chatnaru Amma Vadhanti Ayuvano Sukhang Balam Ayurarugya Sampatti Sagga Sampatti Mevache Atu Nibbana Sampatti Iminati Samintu. Sadhu. Sadhu. This will be our last sutta discussion in this year. We'll be having a sutta discussion, second discussion next year. So we'll be wishing you a happy 2024 in advance. We'll see you in the next year.
Thank you.
Happy New Year.
Bhante.
Thank
New
you.
Year,
Thank
Bhante.
you for
Thank you, Bhante.
Okay.
Good night.
Happy New
Good
Year,
night,
Bhante.
Bhante.
Thank you very much.
New Year to all of you.
Yeah, good night.
Night.
Good night.
Hey, Ma, you going for the charity tomorrow?